What's good? What's good? What's good, my peoples? So we 3 minutes in and we can't get 30 people. We 3 minutes in and we can't get 30 people. Poe Porter, Boston News DC, Shogun 76, Michael Helton. What's going on? I got 4 people in the chat. I'm 4 minutes, almost 4 minutes in, and I can't get 30 people in here. Come on, man. Big fact, no cap, Robert Singleton. What's going on? Larry B, what's going on? Come on, man. Amazing. Marcel Aguilar, what's going on? I want my vision back. Larry B, what's going on? Mr. Grandy, what's going on? Jet Ski Deuce Deuce, what's going on? Poe Porter, what's going on? Big Bro Coolin, what's going on? The Boston Creed 215, Peace Be Free, The Drop, Ahmed AB, what's going on? Chantel Hill, Malik Rain, Swervo, PGH 412, what's going on? Jordan Nicholson, Deuce 888, what's going on? Darryl Russell, what's going on? Come on, man, it's disgusting, man. Brandon Benacourt, what's going on? That's disgusting, man. Take me 5 minutes to get 30 people? Are you kidding me? Donald Favors, Tay Ross, what's going on? Elbow, what's going on? Cursor, what's going on? Wow. Melfi Cruz, what's going on? Wow. Amazing, man. Amazing. Huncho 2-time, Amari Davis, Jarvis Emery, Larry B, Eugene Aaron III, what's going on? Marcus Hayes, what's going on? Wow. Naughty Crash, what's going on? They ain't said nothing now. Trayshawn Edwards, what's going on? Matthew Watkins, what's going on? Deuce 888. I'm almost 10 minutes in and I can't get 100 people. Are you kidding me? I am Mubarak, Jellybean 4280, John Wick, Miguel Rosario, Willie Maykit. What's going on? Ravinda Lasandu, what's going on? Amazing, man. Joshua Wright, what's going on? Jesse R. Stephone Francos, Derek Person, D. Wilson, what's going on? Joshua Wright, my brother. Matthew Watkins, brother in Super Chat. Salute, brother. God bless you. Salute to you, great brother. I appreciate you. Sean Carter, Nathan Beckham, what's going on? E. Cliff, what's going on? Fresh Money, Sean Carter, what's going on? It's terrible, man. Jay Gadget, Big Block, Justin Wilson, Terry Hampton, Jose Verge, what's going on? So, Mangus Allen, Sean Coleman, the boxer guy, what's going on? Disgusting, man. Disgusting. Stephen L. Mack, what's going on? He said, Blue, you watched that 24/7 how many times? Which 24/7? Super Trunks Deuce, what's going on? Joshua Wright, they won't let you send the super chat. Justin Jackson, what's going on? This is wild, man. It's wild. So who you think, Blue? I'll tell you in a second. He said, man, you dissing the fight. E. Cliff said, man, you dissing the fight. Dissing what fight? Tony Rome, what's going on? What fight am I dissing, E. Cliff? VT19, what's going on? Yeah, they're not sending out. Just me and E, what's going on? It's disgusting, man. Ravinda Lau Sandul, brother in the super chat. Much love to you. Appreciate you. He said Earl versus Ugas. How am I dissing the fight? How am I dissing the fight? How did I come up? You said how many times did I watch the All Access? How am I dissing the fight? Go ahead and tell me. Melrose, what's going on? David Mercado, what's going on? How am I dissing the fight, brother? Tell me how am I dissing the fight? He said, Blue, I'm not getting your notifications. They're not sending none out. They ain't sending none out. You see, I got 140 people, and I've been here for 10 minutes. Doke 637, what's going on? Tom Rice, what's going on? Jarvis Emery, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. We're going to start this thing off right. Salute. You said I'm dissing the fight, E. Cliff. I said, how am I dissing the fight? Lily, what's going on? Naughty Crash, what's going on? How did I diss the fight? Go ahead and tell me. How did I diss the fight? You said I dissed the fight. How? Louis Bay, what's going on? How did I diss the fight? Go ahead and tell me how I dissed the fight. You said I dissed the fight. How? Gang 4 times, what's going on? Yeah, it's amazing, man. Lamar West 12, what's going on? Mr. Nice, what's going on? Tyrone Nunley, Paul Porter, what's going on? The brother say you dissing the fight. How am I dissing the fight? Sylvester Solomon, 2011, what's going on? Explain, brother. Go ahead, brother. I want you to explain this. Who got hands? BK. Salute to Brooklyn. You said Conio. Bro, what are you talking about, man? Larry B, my brother in the super chat. He said, let's get this cracking, my brother. We can't control outside forces. Oh, yeah, I'm about to get it in. Just Joe King, what's going on? I'm trying to, Larry B, salute to my brother Larry B in the super chat. I'm trying to understand what E. Cliff is talking about. DP Rocker, Tremel Browning, what's going on? Just Joe King, what's going on? Bosco 77 in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. What up, Blue? Have you heard if Bud signed a 2-fight deal with PBC? Heard it from another channel. If it didn't come from Blue, I ain't buying it yet. Let me say, well, how could I say this? Jelani Everett, what's going on? Bosco 77, there's some things working behind the scenes. I'll just say that. Has he signed yet? Officially signed? No. He didn't officially sign yet. I know that for a fact. I'll tell you that. Is he working on things? Yeah. Has he signed a 2-fight deal? No. Is he working on things? Yes. Is he looking over some certain things? Yes. Did he sign? No. Is it guaranteed fighting Keith Thurman and Errol Spence next? No. Is he looking at those fights? Is he looking at a fight with Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence? Yes. That's as much as I could give you. So I got people in my inbox saying, it's done, he signed. He did not sign. I know that for a fact. Fabian Terry, what's going on? So did he sign? No. Is he looking around? Yeah. Fabian Terry, what's going on, great brother? VT19, what's going on? Darren Jennings, what's going on, great brother? He said Danny Garcia don't deserve to fight. I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%. Because Darren Jennings, if you give Danny Garcia an opportunity, then why not give Jaron Ennis an opportunity? Because you're giving Danny Garcia. Now, I know Danny Garcia, Phil J 508, what's going on? Is a former world champion, a former 2-division champion. I know all of that. Drago Power, Ivan Flores, what's going on? Larry Lopez, what's going on? He said Thurman deserves it over Danny Garcia, yeah. Danny Garcia ain't fighting a year and he's coming off of a loss. Danny Garcia ain't fighting over a year and he's coming off of a loss. Sean T, what's going on? So how does he go from coming off of a year layoff, going into a title opportunity and a big payday and a big money fight with Terence Crawford? Euphorbia Day, what's going on? Pandemonium Hot Boy Panda, what's going on? Now, I understand, don't get me wrong. Danny Garcia is a big name. Melrose, what's going on? Marcus Golden, what's going on? Euphorbia Day, what's going on? Is Danny Garcia a big name? Oh, for sure. No doubt about it. Gio James, Khalil 98, what's going on? Double R, what's going on? Frank the Trucker, my brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. I appreciate you, great brother. Is Danny Garcia a big name? Yes. Mark Lowe, what's going on? But Mark Lowe said he should fight your hairline next. What are you, 10? Mark Lowe? Ball game, what's going on? My hairline is nice, brother. You mad because I got a hairline? I'm on the I'm mid-40s, on the wrong side of 40, and I got a hairline, and you mad? What's wrong with you people, man? Yeah, I got hair. Yeah, I'm not balling. Got tons of hair. And you mad? What's wrong with you, man? I assume you're a grown man. Asir Shamin, Melrose, what's going on? Big George 850, what's going on? He said Keith super inactive. Well, if Keith is super inactive, what is Danny Garcia? Eugene Aaron III, Source Trail, what's going on? You got a teenager hairline. Appreciate you. Tory Wells, what's going on? He said, I'm not mad. So why you say it? Curse, what's going on? Don't time out nobody. Don't block nobody. Don't do none of that. FSU, what's going on? Jarrell Lockhart, what's going on? I thought Bud originally didn't want to fight Bud. Any idea why he's back in the picture? You thought, I don't know who you're talking about because you said, I thought Bud didn't want to fight Bud. He can't fight himself. Shogun 76, what's going on? Brian Taylor, brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. He said, I seen you on the highway in Chicago, Blue. So why you ain't holler at me? Christopher Lee, what's going on? Martin Ellis, what's going on? So why you ain't holler at me, bro? Trill Smith, what's going on? Hey, Blue, the politics is horrible in boxing. Man, you telling me. Oh, you said Danny. Oh, you meant Danny. 5 points for life. Pull Counter Boxing. What's going on, great brother? Go subscribe to brother Pull Counter Boxing. Well, Jarrell Lockhart, this is the thing, right? There should be no friends in boxing. It shouldn't be. It's a competitive sport, especially in your division. You understand? And even if they are friends, it's still a business. Bullet Gibson, Cursor, what's going on? The Zoomverse, what's going on? Even if you do make friends, Detroit Native, what's going on? You're still in the same division, and you got to make it happen. Plain and simple. It's just that simple. Martin Ellis, what's going on? He said, Blue, this news isn't true. Danny ain't fighting Bud. Dominic Johnson, what's going on? Paper City Panda, what's going on? Martin Ellis said, Blue, this news isn't true. Danny ain't fighting Bud. Did I say he was fighting Bud? Or did I say it's an option? $4KQ, Prime 3. Danny moving up. Okay. Brian Nelson, what's going on? The One Man Gang, what's going on, great brother? Okay. Darnell Coleman, St. Louis Mick, what's going on? Tramel Brown and my brother in the super chat dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Hey, Blue, my prediction was Terence Crawford was going to fight Keith Thurman next after Sean Porter fight. Why would I settle for Danny Garcia when he lost against Keith Thurman 2017? I agree with you 1,000%. Big Bo, what's going on? See, this is what y'all see. Y'all be jumping to conclusions instead of listening. Is Danny Garcia an option? Yeah. 5 points for life. Joshua Riley, what's going on? Is Danny Garcia an option? Yeah. Danny Garcia just recently stated that Terence Crawford don't have a fight. He don't have a fight. He'll fill in. Crunch Time Sports, my brother, what's going on? Yahweh, Chosen One, what's going on? Oh, I just seen the question mark in your title. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all be jumping to conclusions for no reason. Juan Jr. Bossa, what's going on? First of all, when you come here, y'all need to understand, I don't make up stuff. It's just like I told y'all, right? That Errol Spence was going to fight Ugas next. I told y'all that your Danis Ugas had tore his bicep when everybody told you I was making up a story. Well, Realism 101, what's going on? Reggie Reg, what's going on? When I told y'all, the first one to tell y'all, your Danis Ugas had tore his bicep before the Pacquiao fight, right? And what did everybody come here and tell you, including Ugas' team? They all told you that wasn't true, didn't they? MPWTF, what's going on? Didn't everybody tell you it wasn't true? I was making up a story? And salute to my brother Tramel Brown and dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. To Jean Aline, brother in the super chat, he said, what are the 3 biggest fights to possibly happen this year? Salute, #Houston. Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. Heavyweight division for Undisputed, whomever that may be. And Devin Haney, George Kambosos. Dwayne Kane Sr., what's going on? Those are the 3 biggest fights. DC Jazz and Boston, brother in the super chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Appreciate you, great brother. Salute to my brother DC Jazz and Boston, dropping that dub on your boy Blue. Appreciate you. The Bronco and Mustang, what's going on? Drew Bernage, what's going on? So, the Haven Alexander, Q Ward, what's going on? So they told you, Capadon 24, AJ Celestine, Steve Travago, what's going on? No, you are very on point. I think you should comment some pro boxing matches. You are good, Blue. 5 points for life. I appreciate you. See, here's the thing, right? Boxing is a tight-knit circle. Quest for knowledge, what's going on? Antonio King, what's going on? Boxing is a tight-knit circle, right? Nobody wants news coming out, whether it be true. I always tell you guys this, right? Jay Harris, Too Real, what's going on? I need y'all to get the likes up because we should have 400 likes. We got 400 people. They ain't sending out notifications, and y'all participate. We have 400 people, and we have 200 likes. Smash the like button. Get the likes up. Ahmad Mukhtar, what's going on? Martin Ellis said, Blue, you have only made up one story. I've never made up any story. What story did I make up? Code X, what's going on? What story did you hear me make up? I've never made up any story. Go ahead and tell me. You said I'm only made up one story. What story did I make up? Go ahead, brother. You want to play this game with me tonight? I see. Ray, you're real. What's going on? Joshua Wright, my brother. Mr. Real Spill, what's going on? Solomon Walker, what's going on? Andre Diaz, what's going on? Get the likes up. Shut up and laugh. What's going on? That Wilder was offered $32 million from Step Aside. I never told you that. What are you talking about? I never said Deontay Wilder was offered $32 million to Step Aside. I said he was never offered $32 million to Step Aside. Mark Webb, what's going on? Lafayette Caffey, what's going on? Where did you get that from? Mark Freeman, what's going on? I said Deontay, when they said that he was he wanted this or he was asking for this or he was looking for this, right? I never said he was offered $32 million to Step Aside. I never said that. If I mentioned $32 million in Deontay Wilder, it led with a question mark or something. That people were saying he was offered that or was asking for it. Goody the Great, what's going on? I never said he was offered anything. So where'd you get that from? You're making up stories. T-Bugs, what's going on? Now you're the one making up stories. I never said Wilder was offered $32 million for nothing. Because I knew he wasn't. Jay, what's going on? So what are you talking about? When did you hear me say Deontay Wilder was offered $32 million? Or did you hear me say they are saying that he's asking for this amount of money or he's being offered this or something? Jay, what's going on? Mom, what's going on? When? That's what I heard from somewhere. Bro, come on. See, this is what I'm talking about. Mark Ellis, you said that's what I heard from somewhere, but my bad if it isn't true. If you heard it from somewhere and you didn't even hear from, brother, I'm talking to you directly. Lynch Patrick, what's going on? Brother, I'm talking to you directly, right? Right now, you're here. It's the first time I'm talking to you. We're talking, me and you talking, right? Jack Don, what's going on? Tanny P, Code X, what's going on? I'm talking to you right now, right? You talking about somebody told you this is what I said. You didn't go fact check it? Ola Coca, what's going on? You didn't think like, let me, you should ask me instead of saying you made up one story. I ain't never make up no story. My brother Paper, he said, yo, Blue. He said, yo, Blue, who would you want Ennis to fight next after Clayton because he's not getting Spence? After Custio Clayton, if he's not getting the Errol Spence, Terence Crawford fight, Boston Boy Nation, what's going on? Melrose, what's going on? If he not going to fight Money Mitch Champ, what's going on? If he's not going to fight Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, clearly, I want to see him fight the winner of Buchev Stanionis because they got a lot of hype behind them. Stanionis and Buchev have a lot of hype behind them. Steve Travago, what's going on? And Keith Thurman is not going to fight him. I would love for him to fight Keith Thurman. That's not going to happen. Zoomverse, what's going on? Chris Ray, what's going on? Clearly, Keith Thurman don't feel like it's worth his while to take the fight. And cool. Arthur Hawkins, what's going on? So the winner, Big Kappa, what's going on? The winner of Stanionis and Buchev, I want to see him fight the winner of that fight. That fight, those two dudes have a lot of hype behind them. So I want to see him fight that fight. Because he's not going to get the Virgil Ortiz Jr. Because in a perfect world, I would tell you Virgil Ortiz Jr. But that's not going to happen. Dominique Johnson, what's going on? In a perfect world, Paper City Panda, I would like to see him fight Virgil Ortiz Jr., but that's not going to happen. Pride of Pierre, my brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. He said Bud should vacate the WBO and become the mandatory at 154 to fight the winner of Brian versus Jamel. Let Earl get the WBO at 147 and then meet him at 154. Why? What's the difference? I mean, the boxing guy, what's going on? Now, if you're saying that for leverage, Terence Crawford should do that for leverage prior to Pierre, I could understand that for negotiation purposes. But keep in mind, he's 34. He'll be 35 years of age in September. Time ain't on his side. Andre Diaz, brother in the super chat, COP, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Remember when I mentioned home court advantage for Kambosos? I saw your post on how Teddy Atlas said the same thing. You really think Haney going to win on boxing skills alone still? Yeah, he will. Roy Babineau, what's going on? Andre Diaz, there's enough attention brought to this situation that, they're going to do the right thing. Kid Cav, what's going on? And did you hear what he said? Roy Babineau, what's going on? Another thing he said was that it depends on, and salute to my brother Andre Diaz dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. Another thing Teddy Atlas did say is who the promoter want to win the fight. Remember, Chris the Young, OG Martinez, what's going on? Rafael Gary, what's going on? Remember, Devin Haney is now with Top Rank and Bob Arum. George Kambosos Jr. is with Lou DiBella, a much smaller company. So what Teddy Atlas said is that he wants the winner. He said the promoter is going to dictate who wins the fight. It's up to the promoter who wins the fight. Well, guess what? Guess what? Devin Haney's with the bigger promotional company. He said, what does Bob want long term? Devin Haney. He signed him a 3-fight deal. George Kambosos is not signed to Top Rank. So in the long run, Mike Biggs Boxing, go subscribe to my brother Mike Big Boxing. So in the long run, you will want Bob will want Devin to win. That's his fighter. That's his fighter. Fabian Terry, my brother in Super Chat, get the likes up. Blue, since I joined the family, you've always told the truth. Just my opinion, bro. Appreciate you 1,000%. And if I'm wrong, I don't mind standing corrected. See, that's where people get it twisted. How come we don't have 400 likes? Smash the like button. Get the likes to 400. Get the likes to 500 right now. Smash the like button. Taylor Live, what's going on? Right now, get the likes to 500. And Fabian Terry, man, if I'm wrong, Curtis Price, what's going on? I won't mind telling you I'm wrong. I was wrong. Andre Diaz, brother, back in the super chat, dropping another half a dub on your boy Blue. He said, why wouldn't Bob Arum feed Haney to Kambosos so he can get Loma and Kambosos mega brawl? Because Kambosos is not signed to Bob Arum. Devin Haney is. So there's no Bob Arum can't guarantee George Kambosos is going to fight Lomachenko. He can guarantee Devin Haney and Lomachenko fight because those are both his fighters. George Kambosos is a Lou DiBella fighter. He's not a Bob Arum top-ranked ESPN fighter. Devin Haney is now a top-ranked Bob Arum ESPN fighter. So in the long run, it benefits Bob Arum to make sure that Devin Haney wins if that is the case. Because his fighter is Devin Haney, not George Kambosos Jr. Proud of Pierre, my brother in the super chat. He said leverage and the bag and let the young boys get 147 Boots and Ortiz. Yeah, but that's a big ask. Gabe Moore, what's going on? Johnny Trubu Staley, what's going on? That's a huge ask. The one-man gang said 500 likes with 398 people watching. You don't know how many people is watching. See, this is what I'm be talking about. Y'all be talking out of turn too much. Mustafa Malik, Julian Romblay, what's going on? You talk out of turn too much. You don't know how many people watching because you're not the content creator. So I always see at least 50 to 100 more people than you do. If you didn't know. So if you're new here, it's what's funny about it. That's how they operate. So you see far less amount of people in the chat than I do because I'm the content creator. So what's funny? The Keji, what's going on? Bowler, no, what's going on? So now explain to me what was funny about that. Go ahead and tell me now. Enlighten me. Humor me. Go ahead. The SS family, what's going on? William Hurst, what's going on? So now humor me. So tell me what was funny about it. Because if you don't know how this works, then why are you laughing? Instead of supporting each other, what would be funny about it? Chris Ray, what's going on? James Rudd, what's going on? Mills Rob 46, Calvin Burnett, what's going on? T Bugs, my brother in the super chat, dropping that duh on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said, Blue, do you believe Devin has to knock out George Kambosos in a fashion way in order for him to win the fight? No, I don't. I think that he's going to have to put on a masterclass performance, T-Bugs, for sure. Ray Patterson, what's going on? I definitely feel like he's going to have to put on a masterclass performance, not let it be close, show up and show out, not let George Kambosos have close rounds, not let George Kambosos have moments where he gets buzzed or, he has a dominant round. One dominant round could give George Kambosos Jr. the fight. They'll base one round, T-Bugs, off of that. And before you know it, George Kambosos Jr. suddenly winning the fight based off of that. So, yeah, I think he has to win dominant fashion. I'm not saying he got to win every single round, but, if there's a close round here and there where they want to give it to George Kambosos, cool. But make it far few in between. Like you win the first 5 rounds. If George win the 6th round, cool. But then you make sure you win 7 and 8 dominant fashion. If he win 9, cool. You make sure you win 10, 11, and 12 in dominant fashion. And end it right there. Don't give him they already going to give Kambosos the benefit of the doubt with everything. If he has a dominant round where he's just dominant in that round, they're going to say it's a draw. St. Louis Mick, my brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said Bud has leverage now. He has the last belt Spence needs for undisputed. If Bud moves up first, there's no guarantee he beats Mel Castano winner. I agree. That's a tough fight. That's a tough fight. There's no guarantee he wins that fight, right? So with that said, first of all, I need y'all to get the likes to 500. How come we still don't even have 350 likes? We have 588 people, and we don't even have 350 likes. I'm going to say this again. We have 592 people, and we don't even have 350 likes. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you walk in the house. Get the likes all the way up, people. Does he have all the leverage? I won't say he has the leverage because Errol Spence win the fight. Then Errol Spence is going to have 3 belts. He's undefeated. He beat, world champions to do so. He has the more successful pay-per-views. So I wouldn't say that he has the leverage, but he's definitely going to have what Errol Spence wants. And he's definitely can make some demands, but he's definitely going to need to have a big fight in between that. So the whole point of him, like I was going to get to, but I need y'all to get the lights up, about him fighting Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia should not be an option by no stretch of the imagination. Rico Breland, what's going on? By no stretch of the imagination that Danny Garcia should be an option for Terence Crawford. You Master Alive, what's going on? As far as a namesake, I like Danny Garcia for Terence Crawford. Not in this situation. Ray Davis, what's going on? Not in this situation. King Judah, my brother in Super Chat, Blue, Bud wanted Thurman after a layoff. Now that Thurman had a fight, he want Danny after a layoff. Dude always reaches for low-hanging fruit. I don't know how much of it is that Bud wants these fights or don't want these fights or actually looking at the time frame. Because I don't think he actually looking at the time frame. I don't think to be honest, King Jude, I don't think he cares. I'm being completely honest. I don't believe that Terence Crawford cares who's coming off of what, layoff, and so on and so forth, right? I don't believe he cares at all. Not one single inkling of that. You understand what I'm saying? But I will say this, is that Danny Garcia should not even be an option, period. Danny Garcia, and this is no slight to Danny Garcia, it's just the timing, right? Danny Garcia is coming off of a loss, okay? Danny Garcia hasn't fought in a year. American Patriots 1776. What's going on? Dominic Seabron against the ropes. What's going on? Alexander Stevens. What's going on? Wilby's comfort zone. What's going on? So Terrell Brooks. What's going on? L. Adam. What's going on? Tanny P. What's going on? So Danny Garcia hasn't fought in a year. Danny Garcia style is tailor made for Terence Crawford, right? He's flat footed. He's waiting on you. You know, Danny Garcia now has lost his biggest fights at welterweight. He lost to Keith Thurman, he lost to Sean Porter, and he lost to Errol Spence. He lost all his big fights at welterweight. All of them. You understand what I'm saying? So, and he's coming off a year layoff and a loss to Errol Spence. What leverage does that give Terence Crawford to fight Errol Spence? You fought Kell Brook after I stopped him. You fought Sean Porter after I beat him. Now you fight Danny Garcia. Like, it don't make sense. It would be better for Terence Crawford to go the route of fighting Keith Thurman, a guy Errol Spence never fought at welterweight, who's proven, who's a former unified champion, and only has one loss to a legend in Manny Pacquiao. And he made that a close loss. Pride of Pierre, brother in the super chat. Devin has to make a clean, decisive whooping. That's what I'm saying. I agree with that. I agree with that. Make it leave no doubt. The one man gang, he said Danny versus Virgil would be that would be the perfect fight for both of them. Ozzy Atmos 013, what's going on? That would be the perfect fight for Danny and Virgil Ortiz. Andres Diaz, my brother, back in the super chat, dropping another half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said one fight versus Kambosos, one fight rematch, and one fight possibly if is for Loma, not guaranteed. You don't think Aaron would offer Haney the dream fight just to set up a better fight of Kambosos versus Loma? No. Clearly, Bob Arum has always fancied signing Devin Haney. El Rivy, what's going on? Dwayne Kane Sr., what's going on? Andres Diaz, he's always been very high on signing Devin Haney. He's made that abundantly clear. He thinks highly of his talent. Brian Warren, what's going on? I believe that Bob Arum views Devin Haney in that same mind frame as Terence Crawford. I'm talking about skill set in the ring. As Terence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, Shakur Stevenson. He likes that skill set. You understand what I'm saying? And he fancies that. You understand what I'm saying? He's always Bob Arum is good at finding talent. Bob Arum knows how good Devin Haney is. He knows. He knows. So trust me, he understands. If we do buy Devin Haney, maybe in the future, if we need to do business with him, or let's say Devin Haney beats Vasil Lomachenko. Well, let's see if we do right by Devin Haney and do business with him, level up. What's going on? You understand what I'm saying? It makes sense. Origin, what's going on? If Bob Arum, first of all, Bob has told you on numerous occasions he don't think high of George Kambosos. He thinks high of Devin Haney. King Judah, brother in the super chat. He said, I feel you, Blue, and I agree. No leverage in fighting Danny, but we all know Spence would choose Thurman and refuse to fight Danny because of the layoff. I agree. And I think that Terence Crawford going to do the same thing. I don't think Terence Crawford wants to fight Danny Garcia. Not right now. Not right now. Marcus Johnson, what's going on? Big Pooh, what's going on? So Andres Diaz, it makes sense for Bob Arum to want to keep Devin Haney around. Devin Haney's 23. Lomachenko is 33. Kambosos is 28. Kambosos is 5 years older than him, and Lomachenko is 10 years older than him. Who you want to bank on? Ask yourself that question, Andres Diaz. Devin Haney is 23. Lomachenko is 33, going on 34, and George Kambosos Jr. is 28, going on 29. Youth, see me grow. What's going on? And Bob has been down this road before. He knows great talent when he see it. He let people tell you all they want to that. Oh, Devin Haney can't do this. Devin Haney can't do that. Trust and believe. Bob Arum is like, yeah, okay, bring him over here. We have 600 people now, 615 people, and we have 415 people, 15 lights. So that means that we have 200 people moonlighting. 200 people moonlighting still. Prior to PM, my brother in the super chat. Shakur versus Valdez will look like Floyd versus Gotti. I agree. Elijah, what's going on? I agree. I think Shakur Stevenson is going to put on a masterclass performance against Oscar Valdez. Masterclass. Hey, we got cocoa butter lotion.
I have this gold bar and shea butter.
Shea butter?
Shea butter.
So, so let me say this, right? I like Danny Garcia, right? I like Angel Garcia. I like Danny Garcia, the talent. Mr. Lightning World, what's going on? They're playing games, man. My connection was set excellent. Suddenly it went off, man. Curtis Robinson, what's going on? Poe Porter, what's going on? Mark J, Scrooge Main, Kid Cav, what's going on? Terrell Grace 04, what's going on? So anyway, man. Again, like I said, King 3 and out. What's going on? 3 in it. What's going on? Yeah, the drop. Sure. So, Quest, do me a favor. Pass me my brown MCM bag. Cheese All Out Fitness. What's going on? Tone Capone 1. What's going on? Yeah, I don't know what the games they playing right now. Mama Mentality, my brother. What? That's the one I bought. You saw in the bag.
No, I thought you got just it.
Huh?
I thought you got just that. No, not that one. A small one.
Bro, you was sitting right there when you asked me. I went to the mall to get it.
Oh,
said,
fuck,
yeah.
I forgot one part.
So, Danny Garcia is a good fighter. I like Danny Garcia. You know, Anthony Chappelle, what's going on? I like Danny Garcia. You know, he's a good fighter. He's a good name, but just not right now for Terence Crawford. Right now, Barwell, what's going on? That's not the fight that the fans want for Terence Crawford. It shouldn't be the fight that Terence Crawford want. Music of Troy, what's going on? It just shouldn't happen. Yeah, man. Taju Alim, what's going on? No Commercial Garcia, what's going on? Lou Head, my brother, a pillar of this Bluebird Sports TV. What's good with you, brother? So this isn't just a fight that he shouldn't want, right? Danny Garcia, like I said, he's a good name. He's a good fighter, but not right now. Martin Ellis, brother in the super chat, he said, Rockstar Gypsy, what's going on? He said, Blue, I see you picking all the black fighters to win this year. What's going on, man? Can you pick fairly? Okay. Here we go with somebody else. Brother, you don't get enough, Martin Ellis? Didn't you just say that didn't you just say that I made up a story and then you didn't even pay attention? So who you think is should win? Go ahead and tell me. You said I'm picking all the black fighters. What black fighters you think should lose? Go ahead, Martin Ellis. See, this has nothing to do with that. This is what I'm be talking about. King Judah, brother in the super chat. If Bud fights Danny his last 4 fights, would it be again 3? If Bud fights Danny his last 4 fights would be against 3 over the hill fighters, one of which he forced to fight and Gatekeeper lost post layoff. Yeah. Colada Smeeze, what's going on? Proud of PM, my brother back in the super chat. Blue, I got 500K cash in the MCM like Floyd. Oh, he said Blue got 500K cash in the MCM like Floyd. Nah, I wish, brother. I wish. Raymundo Randy Jr., what's going on? I wish. Charles Young, what's going on? Art North, what's going on? So, where's this Martin dude at? So we can move on. George Kambosos can win. Did I say he couldn't? Brian Castano can win. Fendora will win. Man, Martin Ellis, goodbye. I don't even want to have a conversation with you. Eric, what's going on? Lubin is the better fighter. What are you talking about? Devin Haney's a better fighter and Jamel Charles the better fighter. What are you talking about? You want them to lose. Goodbye. I don't even want you here. As a matter of fact, Raymundo Rendon Jr., what's going on? I don't even want you here. Don't need you here, brother. Appreciate you. Don't want that type of energy here. Go somewhere else with that. Plain and simple. Go support somebody else. I appreciate you, brother. Eugene Pearson, what's going on? What are you talking about? Brian Castano, he could win. What? So why didn't he win the last time? And he's not a better fighter. Daniels Darrow 76. What's going on? Than Jamel Charlo. He ain't beating the fighters Jamel Charlo beat. Lubin is a far better fighter than Fundora. What you talking about? Don't want you here. Bobby Digital, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Martin Ellis, you got the wrong channel. Booba calling like he see it. Facts over feelings. That's a fact. But you see, the thing is, Saquon Hater, what's going on? See, here's the thing, right? You got people here. He wants these fighters to lose. So go somewhere else with that, man. Stephen Pryor, what's going on? Blue, what you think about Aaron Pryor? Great fighter, legend, icon. Icon. Keith Marcel, what's going on? Peter Manfredo, what's going on? Origin, what's going on? He talking about Fundora. Keith Marcel, what's going on? Fundora's a good fighter. No Boy Z, what's going on? He's a good fighter. For sure. T Bonafide, what's going on? Is he a better skill fighter than Everson Lubin? No. It's not even close. He's not a better. He's 6'6" with a 1,000-inch arm reach, fighting at 154. That's his claim to this. I'm not taking anything away from him, but let's be real. Dean's Controversy Boxing, Ken Brown, what's going on? Brian Castano, Jamel Charlo was close, for sure. But it was more about what Jamel Charlo didn't do than what it was about what Brian Castano did do. Canelo Alvarez is going to beat Bivol. It's more about what Jamel Charlo didn't do opposed to what Brian Castano did do. Jamel Charlo allowed himself to be back to the ropes. Tariq Reed, what's going on? Jamel Charlo allowed himself to be pressured in a manner and not stand his ground and not box in the center of the ring. When the Intrepid Man, what's going on? When they was in the center of the ring, did it even look close? The skill set and talent? No. Now, granted, don't get me wrong. Brian Castano has that Argentinian style that's a pressure style that's unorthodox. They throw these weird punches and they're hard to fight against, right? Marcos Elchino, Maidana, Sergio Martinez. They have this weird style, even Brian Castano, right? So it's a weird, funny style. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, he has success against Jamel Charlo, right? But Jamel Charlo is the bigger, better fighter. And if he keeps the fight in the center of the ring, he'll win the fight. He's the better fighter. So you want me to pick against the better fighter because you want me to say that the Argentinian fighter should beat the black fighter. Man, go ahead, man. Go watch somebody else's channel. Period. That'll agree with you. And salute to my brother Bobby Digital dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. Proud of PM, my brother in Super Chat. He said, what happened to Hurd? He was hot for a little bit. No defense. See, let me tell y'all something, right? I'm glad you brought that up, my brother Proud of PM. Jarrett Hurd, I was telling y'all, and I told Hurd this, right? Justin Hawkins, Mark Wonderland, what's going on? I like Jarrett Swift Hurd. Liked him, one of my favorite fighters. One of my favorite guys in the sport of boxing, right? But when you like defense in the manner he likes defense, you can't keep up that pace. When fighters, right? When fighters start to hit you clean and often, you start to wear down, right? Dre Finest, what's going on? Rockman Turner, what's going on? When you don't have no defense and you can't keep up, you can't keep letting you start elevating your level of opponents and you start fighting better and better and better and better opposition, right? And you taking more and more hits. You can't do that. It's the same thing I tell y'all about David Benavidez. But guess what? Right? Brimley Benko, what's going on? Andre Jones, what's going on? Rick Barksdale, what's going on? The same thing I told y'all about David Benavidez. Drew Abraham, what's going on? But nobody wants to listen. I told y'all David Benavidez can't keep taking those punches like he takes. Can't do it. David Benavidez, he has to add defense. You don't add defense, yeah, all that offensive pressure and opponents, yeah, you break your opponents down for sure. You can break your opponents down for sure. And that's what they do. They pressure their opponents. They break their opponents down. Drew Blue, what's going on? Yeah, the Lakers. They sold the Nets, man. Nets too, man. Nets lose to the Hawks. They look, man, come on, man. KD dropped 55 and they still lose. So it's the same thing I tell y'all about David, about Hurd, right? You can't get hit cleanly like that, and because you break fighters down, you pressure fighters, you break them down, and eventually you get them out of there. Jay Lynn, peace of blessings, Queen. How you doing tonight? Kevin Thomas, what's going on? David Benavidez takes the same amount of clean punches. Y'all just haven't seen him in the ring with the level of opponents Hurd was in. You just missed out on that. You just missed out on that. And so when you start to see, he said no D. He said it's Benavidez. He has no D. Yeah, like Jason Kidd used to be Asen Kidd because he had no J. Right? When you don't have defense like David Benavidez, right? Mario Martinez, what's going on? Appreciate you. David Benavidez, right? And you have Hurd and fighters like that, right? You're not going to win. When it gets to the highest level, you're not going to win. You're not. That's why I tell y'all, Brian Branch, what's going on? That's why I tell y'all, David Benavidez is not going to beat Canelo Alvarez. And people get, oh man, what you mean, David Benavidez? He's not going to beat Canelo Alvarez. Eric O, what's going on? He's not. Smash the like button. Elicio Reyes, what's going on? The drop, what's going on? He's not. There's no way he could take Canelo Alvarez punches clean like that for 12 rounds. There's no way. There's no way. He's not going to take Canelo Alvarez punches clean for 12 rounds. That's not going to happen. It's not. Will it be action fight? Oh, yeah. All out mixtape. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Will it be action? Oh, for sure. For sure. Andres Diaz, brother, back in the super chat, dropping another half a duck on your boy Blue in the super chat. Let's talk Canelo versus Bivol for 60 seconds. I like the fight. Urban Naturalist Apothecary. Robert Montgomery, what's going on? I like the fight. Bivol is skilled. He's big. He's talented, right? Alexander Stevens, what's going on? Bivol is big. He's talented. He's skilled. He's very, very confident. He looks at Canelo Alvarez like, man, I could beat this dude. Canelo Alvarez, you know, he ain't overlooking him. And salute to Andres Diaz dropping another half a duck on your boy Blue. So he looks at Canelo Alvarez and he like, man, like he said, y'all think he can walk on water. I don't. Black G Owners Magazine, my brother, what's good with you, brother? Giovanni Walker, what's going on? So he looks at it. Will Wright, what's going on? Fraternal House, what's going on? So he looks at it. He's like, y'all think he can walk on water. I don't. I think he's human, right? And I like that mentality, but it ain't going to help him in the ring. Ain't going to help him in the ring. I watched Bivol fight plenty of times. He's going to give Canelo Alvarez trouble. Canelo Alvarez is going to deal with adversity. G-Man Pickens, what's going on? Mansa Musa Lifestyle, my brother, what's going on? Douglas Bronzy, 13, what's going on? Tex Rock, 22 McKay, what's going on? He's going to give Canelo Alvarez problems in the beginning. It's going to be competitive. Craig Balance, what's going on? Liba 926, what's going on? But ultimately, Canelo's going to figure him out. And once he figures him out, he'll start to counter him. I think Canelo Alvarez is going to win a majority decision victory. Because Bivol's smart, he's big, he's not going to get knocked out. Eric Black 60, what's going on? He's not going to get knocked out in the fight. He's big, he's smart, he's accurate, He has a high ring IQ, so he's not going to get knocked out. But Canelo's going to make him very, very hesitant, right, in the second half of the fight to let his hands go. Canelo Alvarez is going to be more aggressive, more active, and that's going to see Canelo Alvarez win the fight. Canelo Alvarez is a better counterpuncher than most people give him credit for. He has a very high ring IQ himself. Blue, you think Spence fight will be a sellout for sure. Dominic Seaborn, what's going on? Tex Rock, what's going on? So, Canelo's gonna figure out Bivol. He's gonna start to. One thing I noticed about Dimitri Bivol as well is that he starts to throw punches at the same speed. You got to mix up the pace when you're dealing with Canelo, right? I think it's going to look a lot like Canelo's fight with Triple G, the second fight. But I think Canelo will be more clean in this fight. Mike Norman, what's going on? Jay, what's going on? I think it's going to look like the Canelo Triple G fight, but Canelo, he's going to have cleaner moments than he did against Triple G in the second fight. I thought he clearly won the second fight against Triple G. Many people, they differ with me, right? They're like, no, Blue, he lost. Cool. Joseph O'Bain, what's going on? But at the end of the day, I do think that, Canelo won that fight. He got the nod. Drummond for life, what's going on? And I think that, King Judah, brother in the super chat, if KD going to play the 4, they need a real 3. I don't like small ball. Everybody running. Plus, Kyrie got to sacrifice 10 points to get 5 more assists. Yeah, he do. Slim Jim 314, where you been at? Ken Brown, what's going on? Spence fight isn't sold out yet. Oh, I don't even know, Jalen. To be honest, I haven't even checked that. I don't even know if the tickets went on sale. Did they? My brother King Judas said, stop acting like Bivol is a good fighter. Bivol is a good fighter, brother. Stop taking away from Bivol is a good fighter. Is he good enough to beat Canelo? No, I don't think so. But is he a good fighter? Yes, he's a good fighter. We got to stop discrediting fighters, man. Just because we don't view a fighter at the highest of the highest, just because we don't look at him and say, just because, Dean Controversy, what's going on? Ray Mundy Rendon Jr., what's going on? $12, what's going on? James Rudd, what's going on? So Dimitri Bivol is a good fighter, right? He has Jalen said, yes, I have had my tickets for a while. Oh, I didn't even know that. That's news to me, Jalen. Thank you for dropping that on me. I didn't even know that. As a matter of fact, I did know that. I ain't pay attention. You know what the problem be with me? Is this, right? Mike Harris, what's going on? Amir Liggins, what's going on? He said you discredit Benavidez about defense. Here we go with the silly mindset. You discredit Benavidez about defense. Let me ask you a question. How am I discrediting him about the truth? What are you talking about? What does comparing Amir Liggins, what does comparing Dimitri Bivol being a good fighter to David Benavidez not having defense? What's wrong with y'all, man? Dub_right side, what's going on? My brother Bitch be megastar in the building. If you got sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, little cousins, friends with little kids, have them subscribe to KK Penson TV. My brother Bitch, please drop the link. What's wrong with y'all, man? Man, every day, more and more, I see why managers and promoters and networks do and treat the boxing fans how they treat them. Every single day, more and more and more and more, I sit here and I'm like, you can't be serious. You just can't be. LV Live, my brother, what's going on? Every time I sit here, I just more and more I'm in my head, I'm like, you can't just say some of this. You can't make this stuff up. You just can't. Amir Liggins, goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, brother. Go somewhere else. Darryl Payne, what's going on? Wilb Sports TV, what's going on? Cornelius Jenkins. Keonta Verge, what's going on? Goodbye, man. Goodbye. Go somewhere else and they'll support whatever you want to say. I don't have time for that, man. Darryl Pone, what's going on? The problem here is that I address everybody. We family here, and I don't feel like doing it. Hidden City Boxing, what's going on? Just don't. It's just silly. He gonna say Dimitri Bivol will have no defense. What? And David Benavidez, dude, goodbye. Good riddance, bro. Go somewhere else. Jeff Woodside, Queens in the building. Life, what's going on? Where somebody will just tolerate whatever and fancy whatever you want them to fancy. Elephants fly. There's unicorns. Wherever you want that word to be, go over there. Tommy B, what's going on? Antoine Johnson, what's going on? Go over there where unicorns fly. You can make up whatever you want. You can say David Benavidez got the defense of Floyd Mayweather, James Toney, and Pernell Whitaker if you want to. Go ahead and go over there. And they'll agree with you. Y'all can agree and slap hands, high five, and chest bump all you want. It's a billion places you could go. Dimitri Bivol don't have defense. How are you trying to... Somebody said that Bivol is not a good fighter. You trying to compare me saying Bivol is a good fighter to trying to tell me that David Benavidez has good defense. What are you talking about? It's not even the same thing. It's not even in the same cat. It's apples to oranges. My brother Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports. Key, drop the link. Joe Grizzly, what's good with you? You comparing apples to oranges. The comparisons don't even match. Oh, you trying to... I said Bivol is a good fighter. Don't discredit him being a good fighter. Oh, you trying to discredit David Benavidez' defense? What? He don't have defense. Is that a secret? He knows this. He's one of the first people to tell you. David Benavidez is one of the first people that say, I need to work on my defense. We focus on defense, so on and so forth. But you trying to come here and act like he got Floyd Mayweather defense. What's the matter with y'all, man? Bro, Bivol barely got a career. Ben Davis, what's going on? How does Bivol barely have a career, brother? Stephen Brimley, what's going on? How does he said Bivol barely has a career. Klotz, what's going on? He said Bivol barely has a career. He's an Eastern European boxer. They don't have tons of professional fights. This is what I'm trying to explain to y'all, man. It just amazes me. Instead of saying some of the stuff you say, just educate yourself on the sport of boxing. It's not hard. Eastern European fighters, they don't have many fights. What do you mean he barely has a career? He has the same amount of fights as Lomachenko, right? With 2 fights more than Lomachenko, and about the same amount of fights that Alexander Usyk have. This is how it operates. What do you mean he barely have a career? Damian, get up. What's going on? Amazing, man. Wow. Of course he has a career. He's an Eastern European fighter. They don't have many professional fights, if you didn't know. Lomachenko is a 3-division world champion. He was formerly unified. Lomachenko has 18 fights, 16 wins and 2 losses. Bivol has 19 fights, 19 wins, no losses, 11 knockout. Same amount of knockouts as Lomachenko. Okay? Alexander Usyk about the same amount of fights. This is common. Kobe Lightfoot, what's going on? It's common. This is how they operate. Young World, what's going on? John McKinnon, what's going on? John Thompson, what's going on? Boxer fan full-time, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Benavidez is offensively gifted, but does lack defense. Bivol is a technically sound and has very good foot movement. Yes, thank you, box fan full-time. And Dimitri Bivol has pretty good defense. Shawnee D, what's going on? I'm not saying he's Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Miller, James Toney, or any of those guys. But does he have good defense? Yes. Do you see him getting hit clean and often? No. Is his offense his defense? Absolutely not. So what are we talking about? SRT Game 313, what's going on? Craig Balance, what's going on? Daniel Dow 76, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Trolls should super chat that try to tell him pay attention, but it's actually free. Facts. I know it says pay attention, but it's actually free. Costs nothing. It just gets like, what are we talking about? I said don't downplay Dimitri Bivol as a boxer. Oh, you downplaying, but you don't want to downplay Bivol as a boxer, but you downplaying Benavidez' defense because he don't have defense. That's not an opinion. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. All right, what's going on? Eric Morrow, what's going on? Scrooge May, Loving Down Gaither, what's going on? When I had Benavidez sitting right here on this show, I told Benavidez, the biggest concern I have with you is your lack of defense. He said he agreed, and that's a focus of them in their training camp is to focus on him getting better on defense. So what are you talking about? He's not a good defensive fighter. He takes clean punches often. He was getting outboxed by Anthony Durrell. He was getting hit clean by Kyron Davis. He just overwhelms you with his physical nature, his pressure style, and his offense, like Jarrett Hurd. And in the long run, you'll pay the price if that's your go-to, like Jarrett Hurd did. You're going to come up against fighters that are going to be resilient to your pressure. They're not going to succumb to your pressure. They're going to stay offensive. And then what you're going to do? Like J-Rock did with Hurd. Miss Joette, peace of blessings, queen. She said, OMG, I'm so late. Yes, you are. Where you been at? OMG Beats, what's going on? Now you want to switch the subject. What's the topic? You was the one came here talking about Bivol don't have a career. Rico Jack, what's going on? Now you want to switch the topic. Amazing, man. Let Me Live 1985, what's going on? Dimitri Bivol, I'm not saying he's the best fighter in the world or none of that. He's a good fighter. He's a good test for Canelo. He's a good fighter. It's going to be a tough fight for Canelo. L. Adam, Frank Runner, what's going on? It just is what it is. Bobo, brother in the super chat. He said, lots of great fights coming up. I like Crawford versus Thurman a lot. Also, Carolina or Kansas, Blue. I'm a Duke fan, so I want Kansas to win now because I'm a Duke fan. And I ain't happy. Tommy B, Blue, do you think Josh Taylor won his last fight? No, I don't think he won his last fight, but I do think he won his last fight, if that makes sense. Probably don't make sense to you. John Moore, what's going on? And the reason, let me break it down to you, Tommy B. Salute to my brother Bobo. I appreciate you. Sylvester Anderson, what's going on? You know, I thought that Jack Catterall won the first 5-6 rounds. Okay. Then he got the knockdown in round 8, I believe it was. But Jack Catterall, he let the fight go. He had an opportunity in the second half of the fight to just stay active, stay aggressive, and he didn't do none of that. He sat back like he was the champion in his hometown, and he was the favorite in the fight. And you're not going to get the nod in that match. You got to take and Josh Taylor continued to be the aggressor the entire fight. And Jack Catterall was trying to sit back, not throwing no punches, just ducking underneath. And no, you ain't gonna win the fight like that. So was I appalled to them giving it to Josh Taylor? No, I knew they was gonna do it because he was the aggressor. He's the champion in his hometown. He was trying to make the fight. It's one thing if you Jack Catterall and you making him miss and you boxing him and Josh Taylor's aggressive, but his aggression is non-effective because you're accurate and you making him miss. But that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. Ken Brown, brother, in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. I appreciate you, Ken Brown, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. I need y'all to get the likes up, people. Get the likes up. Mike Harris, brother, in the super chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. On point, Blue. There are those to tell and don't know, and there are those who know and don't tell. LOL. Facts. It just gets ridiculous, man. Ms. Joette said, Blue, does PBC stand for a pretty boy company? Ha! That's a way to look at it, right? No, it's Premier Boxing Champions, though, Queen. I know you know that, though. Eric Black, 60. What's going on, great brother? What I think about the so-called, man, listen, don't get me on that tip. Hope now, what's going on? Judges need to be on the up and up. I know that. Period. Yeah, Miss Joette, she poking. Kai, what's going on, great brother? She poking. She poking. Blessings to it. Ronald Reed, what's going on? Superstar boxer, what it do? What's good with you, great brother? Samuel Atkins, what's going on? He said my job got me missing out, man. Yeah, bro. AZ Landlord, what's going on? You got to be in here. Blue Bud versus Danny. So let me get to that, right? Manuel Zapata, what's going on? Ryan Garcia fight this Saturday coming up. He's going to beat Emmanuel Tagoe. I told you guys, I promised you guys I was going to do my homework on Emmanuel Tagoe IPTV TV channels. What's going on? And I did. And Ryan Garcia is going to beat Emmanuel Tagoe. I don't think much of him. He struggles with distance. He struggles with range. He struggles with timing. And Ryan Garcia has good timing, very, very fast hands, and he's pretty okay with judging distance at times. Now, he can get clipped like he did against Luke Campbell, but Emmanuel Tagoe don't have the skill set of Luke Campbell, so he won't be able to clip Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is going to stop Emmanuel Tagoe. I promise you I was going to do Tyler Smith. Yeah, Erickson Lubin is fighting Sebastian Fundora, and he's going to knock him out in the 7th round. But Ryan Garcia is going to knock out Emmanuel Tagoe. Yeah, I promise you I was going to do my homework, and I did. And no, he don't offer much to Ryan Garcia. That style, he was picked for a reason. That style is tailor-made for him and his skill set. And yeah, he's going to knock him out. For sure. Quincy Carter, what's going on, great brother? Yeah, he's going to knock him out. Yeah, he's going to knock him out. For sure. Plus, Ryan says name he going to fight, then never does. So, wow. So, who is Ryan? Yeah, Ryan Garcia, he tells you he's going to do this, he's going to do that. He ain't going to, man, come on, man. He got to show and prove to me. Period. Jose Arano, what's going on? Box fan full time, my brother in Super Chat. Fast hands, but really stiff up top and slow feet. Very slow feet. Very slow feet. But he has power, very fast hands. He sits down on his hand speed. He sits down on his power. That's why his power and his hand speed shows up so much. But he have Devon Webster. What's going on? He has big power. He has very fast hands, and he can box. He got a good jab. He has good timing and judge a distance when he's being offensive. Dread the line. What's going on? A17 Bossy, my brother. What's going on? When he's offensive, when he's on the defensive, he allows his opponents to get closer than they should be. Right? I don't think he judges his height and his reach like he should, and he gets clipped. But Emmanuel Tagoe, as I watched him, he don't do it. He's not going to do it. He don't have what it takes. He was chosen for a reason. Well, what you think of Joe Goose? I like Joe Goose. He's a very good trainer. Very good trainer. Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields, very good fight. I got Clarissa Shields winning. I know Savannah Marshall, herky jerky style. She reminds you a bit of Tyson Fury with that style, her movement. And Clarissa Shields is very talented, very defensively responsible, very high ring IQ, very athletic. She doesn't have the biggest power, but she has respectable power. And she's going to outbox Savannah Marshall. They said the same thing about Christina Hammer, right? Now, Savannah Marshall is more herky-jerky. She's rangy. She's tall. She's lanky. She does have power. Clarissa Shields is not going to be a standing target. It's what's going on. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Terence Crawford. Sugar Ray Leonard, man. Eric Mauer, what's going on, Blue? You think Bud can stop Thurman? Yes. I think he will stop Thurman. So Boss Fan 4-time. That's the reason. The fact that he's slow up top. His response. Brian Garcia body language. His reaction is slow. His feet are slow. That's the reason why they don't put him in the ring with fighters like Tank. They talk good like they wanted to. David Burkins, what's going on? They talk like they want to put Ryan Garcia in the ring with Tank. They don't want to put him in the ring with Tank. They talk like they'll put him in the ring with Devin and all these dudes. He can't even beat George Kambosos Jr. either. I'm here to tell y'all. Keith Flake, what's going on? George Kambosos Jr. is far more twitchy than you expect. And Ryan Garcia is not. George Kambosos or Ontario, what's going on? George Kambosos is twitchy. He's quick. He has fast hands, and he has respectively fast feet. Ryan Garcia can't beat George Kambosos. King Judah, brother, back in the super chat. Ryan gonna beat this dude, then go on a rant saying he wants Devin and Tank with no plan whatsoever of fighting either of them. This is a fact. That's a fact. He don't want to fight. He's not going to fight Lomachenko. Anybody that can move, he's going to lose. He can't beat Teofimo Lopez either. No. Sean Gibbons, what's going on? Darryl Hickenbottom, what's going on? I want to see. I think that he may lose. Ryan Garcia might lose to Isaac Pitbull Cruz. That's a 50-50 fight. Antoine Johnson, what's going on? He might lose to Isaac Cruz. That's why they didn't choose Isaac Cruz, people. Boss Fan 4-time brother back in the super chat. Garcia is Amir Khanish. No. Amir Khan has faster feet. Amir Khan problem is the difference between Amir Khan and Ryan Garcia is Amir Khan chooses to stay in the pocket for whatever reason. I don't know why. But he just can't help himself. He wants to prove that he's a fighter. He wants to fight. Amir Khan wants to fight. Like he has a chin, but his chin don't say he want to fight. That's Amir Khan's problem. Amir Khan is a very good boxer, very high ring IQ, very good athletic, very fast hands, we know. Combination puncher, has good power. Amir Khan's problem is that his pride. He wants to trade with you. He wants to get Craig Barry. What's going on? Amir Khan wants to trade with you. I don't know why. Some people Amir Khan is a dog. Don't get me wrong. See, that's the problem. Amir Khan is a dog, and his brain and his chin don't scream dog. Royals Universe, what's going on? Pistol P DTX, what's going on? That's the problem with Amir Khan. His chin ain't a dog, but his mindset, he got the mindset of a dog. Amir Khan is a dog. It's just his chin deceives him. Slim Creeper, what's going on? Eric Hernandez, what's going on? Box Fan 4-time brother in super chat. I mean, as in accident waiting to happen. Oh yeah, for sure. Easy Walters, what's going on? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Brian Garcia. No, that's not him. That's not what. Adrian Domes, what's going on? Bomedi Bentrul, what's going on? Amir Khan is a dog. His chin just is, and it says otherwise. That's the problem. His chin is like, yeah, no, we don't. This is not for us. That's the problem. KG 412, what's going on? Larry Lopez, what's going on? Will Smith. Oh, Mickey Bay jab gave him Mankind all types. The Natural, what's going on? Gilbert Vargas, what's going on? His Tommy B, what's going on? What's your take on Tank and Floyd situation? I think Tank just outgrowing the situation. I think Mickey Bay jab was definitely giving Kambosos problems. That's why Devin is going to beat Kambosos. Smash the like button. Get the likes to 800. Smash the like button, people. Get the likes up to 800. We got 600 likes. We should be at 800. Smash the like button. Get the likes all the way up, people. Smash it. This chin just don't hold up, man. So anyway, let me get to this, man. So Danny Garcia, I respect Danny Garcia. I like Danny Garcia. He's definitely a good name. He's definitely no walk in the park, but he lost all his big fights at welterweight. And when you're Terence Crawford going on 35 years of age, the biggest fight in your career was your last fight against Sean Porter. Terence Crawford, you want to prove a point. And the biggest fight in the sport of boxing is Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. Okay. And to fight Danny Garcia, Errol Spence came off a 14-month layoff after suffering a horrific car accident. We didn't even know what to expect from Errol Spence, and he outclassed Danny Garcia. He beat Danny Garcia maybe 10 out of 12 rounds, 9 out of 3, okay? He beat him pretty easy, right? And so, Dontrell Goff, what's going on? If you're Terence Crawford, right, you don't want to Samantha Martinez, piece of Busters Queen, how you doing today? Meet the Kendalls, what's going on? If you're Terence Crawford, Errol Spence is your nemesis. He's your biggest rival, right? You want to keep pace or surpass him. You want to do stuff that's keeping pace or surpassing him, right? You don't want to fight people that he already fought and beat, especially not coming off a horrific car accident, 14-month layoff, and dominating this fighter. That's not who you want to fight. You fight Danny Garcia, stop Danny Garcia, and what does that prove? Danny Garcia is a name, right? No, boy, Z, what's going on? But Danny Garcia doesn't do it. Keith Thurman does it. Keith Thurman, yeah, he lost to Manny Pacquiao. Okay, for sure. Keith Thurman lost to Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman, was dropped in the fight. But he weathered the storm. Ches 313, what's going on? Julius Thomas, what's going on? Keith Thurman weathered the storm, and Keith Thurman fought that fight to a draw. To a split decision. You understand what I'm saying? Keith Thurman only losses to Manny Pacquiao, who's a legend. That's the route you need to go. That's the route you want to go. DJ Eddie King, what's going on? Bones 215, what's going on? You understand what I'm saying? King Judah, brother in Super Chat. Devin and Spencer are cut from the same cloth. They truly believe they are the best. Oh, by far. And Shakur Stevenson as well. King Judah. Shakur Stevenson, Jerron Boots Ennis, Rally Moonrod, what's going on? He said Crawford stops him easy and proves that he's easy work because Bud built different. Stop too easy. Shaq Jones, brother in the super chat. Man, I'm late, brother. Brother Blue, blessings, same way. Salute to you, great brother. Appreciate you. He stops who? Head honcho, King of Kings, what's going on? Jim Toff, what's going on? So if you're Terence Crawford at this point in time, you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight Danny Garcia. You understand? You don't want to do that. Even if you stop Danny Garcia, it proves nothing. Proves nothing. He lost all his big fights at welterweight, all of them. Demarius White, what's going on? And you can make. I didn't think the first 6-7 rounds of the Keith Thurman fight, I didn't even think those fights were close. That Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia fight in the first 6-7 rounds, that wasn't a close fight. Keith Thurman took his foot off the gas in the second half, and Danny Garcia started to catch up. It wasn't a close fight. I thought Shawn Porter clearly won the fight. That was a closer fight than the Keith Thurman fight, but I thought Shawn Porter clearly won. Clement Logan, what's going on? Right? But Shawn Porter, Errol Spence fight with Danny Garcia wasn't close. Now, Shawn Porter, he makes all his fights close, even though he lost against Errol, Keith, and Errol, Keith, and Kell Brook. He made those a close fight. Eric Hernandez, what's going on? They were close fights. Shawn Porter didn't get blown out. You understand? So it was justifiable for him to fight Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter didn't get blown out. You can make a case. People thought Shawn Porter was winning. It was almost a draw with Keith Thurman. People thought that he was winning the fight with Errol Spence. Even the Terence Crawford fight, people thought he was winning up until the point he got stopped. So it was more justifiable than fighting Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia didn't have close fights. They wasn't close fights. It just wasn't. Rockmon Turner, brother in the super chat. Crawford can't win the fans. Can't win with the fans. Shaking my head. If he knock out Danny, he should get the same credit Spence got. Why would he? Again, Rockmon Turner, Danny Garcia lost all his big fights, and he wasn't that close. Errol Spence beat him, and it wasn't even close. Keith Thurman beat him. It wasn't close, and Shawn Porter decisively beat him. It wasn't close. He already got 3 losses. Errol Spence fought him off a. How do Errol Spence? Let me ask you this question. See, this is why I don't understand. Just because we favor a fighter, don't mean reality should escape us. Errol Spence fought him off of a horrific car accident and a 14-month layoff. How is that the same thing as Terence Crawford fighting him? How? Errol Spence beat Danny Garcia. It wasn't even close. You didn't even know what to expect from Errol Spence. Errol Spence didn't even know what to expect from Errol Spence. Clearly, we had Derek James on here say he was 40% of himself. Errol Spence said he was 80% of himself. He was out the ring for 14 months, a year and a half, after suffering a horrific car accident, and we trying to compare Terence Crawford right now to fighting Danny Garcia should get the same credit? Man, stop. It's not the same thing. And he still wasn't close. He still went in there and dominated Danny Garcia. It wasn't a close fight. So why am I going to get a fully healthy Terence Crawford that gladly, knock on wood, I'm proud and happy to say he never had those situations recently, because we know what took place when he was younger. But recently, he didn't have these situations. So how Terence Crawford fighting him and beating Danny Garcia, I'm going to give him the same credit. What are we talking about? If Errol Spence could come back and beat Danny Garcia off a 14-month layoff, off of suffering that horrific car accident, not even knowing what to expect at 80% of himself, and he could win essentially every single round, why am I giving a fully healthy Terence Crawford in his prime that didn't suffer any of these setbacks the same credit? Of course I think Terence Crawford could do the same thing. We talking about the 2 best welterweights, the top 3 best fighters in the world. If one of the best 3 fighters in the world can do it, and he has suffered setbacks and injuries, and he's doing it and off of that with no tune-ups, then what do I expect the other one to do that's fully healthy and had no setbacks? What credit am I giving him? I've seen this movie before. What are we talking about? Shaq Jones, my brother in the super chat, he said, I hear you, but if he stops him within 3 rounds, that's a huge statement that Garcia boy got a chin. Man, it's not no huge statement. DJ Eddie King, what's going on? We seen the movie before. I don't care. He lost. What's the difference? So let me ask you a question. Floyd Mayweather knocked out Ricky Hatton in the 10th round. Manny Pacquiao knocked him out in the 1st or 2nd round. Did that mean Manny Pacquiao is a better fighter than you gave him more credit? Why? For what? Because when they fought each other, did it matter? No, it didn't matter. So what credit and what did it prove by Manny Pacquiao knocking out Ricky Hatton? What did it prove when Manny Pacquiao stopped Miguel Cotto and Floyd Mayweather had arguably one of the toughest fights of his career against Miguel Cotto? When they fought, did it matter? Did you see a difference? No. So what point did Manny Pacquiao prove by doing that? Nothing. Nothing. Because the objective here is to get Terence Crawford and Errol Spence together. Period. Keith Thurman has never been in the ring with Errol Spence. Keith Thurman has a completely different set of skills than anybody Terence Crawford has ever fought in his career. Keith Thurman didn't get stopped. He looked like he's very vulnerable, but he didn't get stopped by any of these guys. And Manny Pacquiao dropped him for sure. But Manny Pacquiao didn't dominate. He dropped him, hurt him bad in the 10th round, and it still was a split decision. So beating Keith Thurman gets you a lot more credit than beating Danny Garcia, who Keith Thurman already beat. King Judah, my brother in the super chat, he said, I say that because is the only other fighter I see who would take the deal Dev took to prove himself, and maybe Ugas will put it all on the line too. Yeah, yeah, Yordenis Ugas will too. But the thing is, I can't give Yordenis Ugas that credit because I got to see Yordenis Ugas. I would have had to see Ali Ashraf. What's going on? I would have to see Yordenis Ugas in the same position that they are, with a lot to lose and taking a massive pay cut. Right now, Yordenis Ugas he'll tell you anything. It looked like he'll take anything. He got 4 losses already. He got a lot to prove, and he's 35, so I can't put him in that category. J. Miles, brother in super chat, Thurman is obviously washed. Don't think Bud will get credit for that knockout either. No, Thurman is not washed. Thurman, I wasn't overly impressed with his fight against Mario Barrios. I thought he could look a lot better, but I don't think he's washed. Even in Keith Thurman's bad performance, he still beats Barrios. Keith Thurman can have bad performances and still win these fights. Keith Thurman had a bad outing and a bad performance against Manny Pacquiao, and it still was a split decision. That tells you how good Keith Thurman is. Now, again, the Mario Barrios fight, was I overly impressed? Absolutely not. But Keith Thurman had a bad performance against Manny Pacquiao. He got dropped. He got hurt bad in the 10th round, but it still was a split decision. So King Judah, brother, back in the super chat. Spence beats Danny after his own layoff. Bud beats Danny after Danny's layoff. And Bud fans say it's the same win. Yeah, it's not the same thing. Sylvester Anderson, brother in the super chat. Much love to you, brother. I appreciate you. Shaq Jones, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a duh on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said, I agree with you on that point of Hatton with Mayweather and Pac. However, the point was it was a statement because it was a talking point. I agree with you on the point of Hatton with Mayweather and Pac. However, the point was it was a statement because it was a talking point. It was a silly talking point because if anybody hardcore boxing fans, you knew the difference. Nicky Nick, what's going on? It doesn't matter. Visitors from another planet, what's going on? It's a salute to my brother Shaq Jones dropping that half a duh on your boy Blue. But the point is, Shaq Jones, is that hardcore boxing fans know that don't matter. You can knock these dudes out all you want to. That don't mean you're gonna beat this dude. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it's good for entertainment purposes, but come on. Danny Garcia ain't fighting a year and lost to Errol Spence. That's his last fight. So you telling me that's the same as Errol Spence coming off a 14-month layoff, suffering a horrific car accident and beating it? It don't work. It don't fit. It's out of shape. Too many squares in circles. Squares don't fit inside circles. J Miles, brother in super chat. 3 bad outings in a row, Blue, Lopez, Pac-Man, and Barrios. Agreed. But look, he's still 2-1 in those fights. And in the one loss, it still was just a split decision. So imagine if you get the best version of Keith Thurman. Now, Jay Miles, think about this. 3 bad outings, he's 2-1, and that one loss was still a split decision to a legend in Manny Pacquiao. Now, imagine if you get the best version of Keith Thurman. See what I'm saying? So, Bobby Digital, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Blue, but I think these dudes drunk tonight. Danny Garcia next few fights should be on undercards. Do you think that Calvin will keep Tank focus away from the decisions? No. No. I don't think he has the I don't think he has the no. I don't think so. No. I don't think nobody can control Gervonta Tank Davis in that manner. Only Gervonta Tank Davis. Only him. And when you have a father-son relationship and your son gets to a certain level and a certain age and a certain point in his life, there ain't nothing you can say. You just got to let him do him. Salute to Bobby Digital dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. Box fan 4-time brother in the super chat. He said with 8-ounce gloves, Keith would have knocked out Barrios. I don't know about that. TDLC, what's going on? I don't know. He would have knocked out Barrios with 8-ounce gloves. 8-ounce, 10-ounce gloves. When you're hitting a dude that clean, the 2 ounces ain't gonna make that much of a difference. Nah. King Judah, brother, back in the super chat. Bud was aggressive in trying to fight a rusty Thurman. Now that a rusty Danny is on the table, I bet Bud chooses Danny. That dude is showing the pattern. No, he ain't gonna choose Danny. He ain't gonna choose Danny. Rockmon Turner, my brother, back in the super chat. Crawford has never said he wanted to fight Danny. So if that's in the making, Keith Thurman is running. Terence Crawford did say he wanted to fight Danny Garcia. Cushy Beats, what's going on? He not only did he say he wanted to fight Danny Garcia, Rockmon Turner, but he said that was Danny Garcia was a main objective to fight as well. So Rockmon Turner, he did say he wanted to fight Danny Garcia, and he said one of his main focus was to fight Danny Garcia. Full movie episode, what's going on? So you're wrong, brother. Daryl Hickenbottom, my brother in the super chat. And as far as Keith Thurman not wanting to fight, well, if Keith Thurman, that could be a chance. I'm not saying that don't mean Keith Thurman is actively trying to make the fight. I'm just saying that Terence Crawford did say he would love to fight Danny Garcia. Since he's been chasing Danny Garcia since they was at junior welterweight. Daryl Hickenbottom, brother in the super chat. So it's safe to say Danny was the cherry pick for EJ? No. Danny Garcia, Errol Spence Jr. was coming off of a 14-month layoff and suffering horrific car accident. He fought a 2-division world champion. And Danny Garcia wasn't coming off of a year layoff, and he wasn't coming off of a loss. Not the same thing. Brian Taylor, brother in the super chat. Blue, what you think of Errol will fight one more time before he fight Bud? Because if Bud fight in July, that means Errol would fight in August, right? No, Errol's not going to fight again. Errol fights Dana Sugas, then his next fight is going to be Terence Crawford. Errol Spence is not. He's not going to have a stay busy, active fight. He only wants to fight champions. He actually wants to leave the division, Brian Taylor. He doesn't want to be a welterweight no more, and so he's not going to attempt to make welterweight for a stay busy tuna fight, waiting on Terence. That's not going to happen. He'll rather wait for Terence Crawford. Sherman Callahan, what's going on? King Judah, brother, back in the super chat. If Bud will fight a rusty Danny coming off a loss and not having any belts, why not fight Boots? I agree with that. I said that. Snoop, what's going on? I said that, right? I said that if you're going to fight Danny Garcia, then you might as well fight Jerron Ennis. Give him the opportunity. Hoop Ave, brother in super chat. Everybody talking about Thurman, but Bud is getting hit more and slowed down athletically and defensive wise. I agree. Darnell Schaefer, what's going on? Broken Dangerous, what's going on? I agree. Easy Walters, what's going on? You think we get in the Spence-Bud fight this year? Yes. Morpheus Bay, what's going on? Austin Grant, what's going on? As a matter of fact, Eric Hernandez, what's going on? I could tell you I know you're going to get Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, as long as they both are successful in their next upcoming fight. Smash the like button. We still at 660 likes. I've been telling y'all to get the likes up. Michael Hell, what's going on? Jod TV, what's going on? J. Dean Burney, what's going on? Wasn't Danny a mandatory before the accident? Yeah, he was, which I didn't understand. I didn't think he should have been. How many times he going to be the mandatory? He had the WBC belt. He was the mandatory for Robert Guerrero. He beat Robert Guerrero for the belt, right? Then he lost the belt to Sean Porter. He lost the belt to Keith Thurman in the unification. Then he fought for the vacant WBC title against Sean Porter. He lost that fight. And then he became mandatory for Errol Spence. Like, how? Let's be real here. He's teetering on the same wavelength as Vasil Lomachenko. Game 1-2-3-06. What's going on? How he keep getting these opportunities after opportunities after opportunities to fight for the WBC title? How and why? Doesn't make sense. Smokey 1235. What's going on? Shashante Jackson. What's going on? Boots should be calling out Virgil Ortiz. He's been calling out Virgil Ortiz. Bull ones. What's going on? Boots can't get the fight with Virgil Ortiz. They said they wanted 48 months. I could count and you could count. 48 months means 4 years. Right? Marquis, what's going on? So Virgil Ortiz and his team said they'll fight Boots in 48 months. Lamont Blake, what's going on? Charles Fryer, what's going on? Well, 48 months is 12 months in a year. 12 times 4 is 48. Rod the Ruler, what's going on? So do it sound like Virgil Ortiz trying to fight Boots? Professor X, what's going on? Do it even sound like Virgil Ortiz was trying to fight Terence Crawford? He's Terence Crawford, WBO #1 challenger. Push for the fight. Did he activate it? Did he tell the WBO? And he got some illness. He got some things going on. So he's on the shelf. King Judah brother back in the super chat. Bud fans saying they don't want to see Bud fight Danny or Thurman. I swear they want him to fight Blair Cobb so they can call him the GOAT. Yeah. P. Ollie, what's going on? DeAndre Smith, what's going on? Yeah, get the likes up, man. We should have 800 likes. Austin Grant, Eric Hernandez, what's going on? I just don't I don't feel like keep saying smash the like button. I just don't. Get the likes up though, man. We should have 800 likes. There's no way we don't even have 700. Jay Smalls, what's going on? There's no way we don't even have 700 likes. That's ridiculous, man. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you walk in my house. Smash the like button. Floors mentality. Richard Campbell, what's going on? So, in my opinion, I think that Terence Crawford, James Wagner, what's going on, should definitely go the route of fighting Keith Thurman just for his legacy purposes. His legacy purposes, man. You fight and beat Keith Thurman, then you fight and beat Errol Spence. Legacy-wise, that makes sense, man. You beat Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, and Errol Spence, the top 3 best welterweights in the world. You beat Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, and Errol Spence, and become undisputed in a second division. So you undisputed in 2 different divisions. Then you move up and look to be the mandatory at junior middleweight. That makes sense. Steve Brooks, what's going on? G-Man TV, Kevin Jenkins, what's going on? Super Mac Time, what's going on? That just makes more sense to me. You understand that sticking and fighting. There's nothing he doesn't gain anything by fighting and beating Danny Garcia. Sylvester Anderson, I'm saying fight Keith Thurman in July, fight Errol Spence at the end of the year. Then next year you move up to 154. You're not looking to fight Errol Spence no more because you already fought him, unless there's a rematch clause. Nathaniel Carroll, what's going on? Who's the most avoided man in boxing? Devin Haney. Ali Ishrad, what's going on? Ishad, what's going on? Devin Haney, man. Devin Haney got to jump through hoops and hurdles to get these fights. That should be automatic. That's amazing. That's amazing, man. You got the unified champion trying to fight a non-champion instead of fighting the other champion for history and legacy and beating that champion to become undisputed, you would rather fight a guy with 2 losses. Like, that just don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. What Devin Haney has to agree to make these types of fights happen it just don't even make sense. It's absolutely ridiculous. Eric Hernandez, what's going on? Jesus Mendoza, what's going on? Michael Helm, my brother. Hakeem Lecco, what's going on? Yeah, man, he don't see cool. What's going on? Namesake for entertainment values, right? To see Danny Garcia and Terence Crawford in the ring, I'm not opposed to that. Just as a fan of sport of boxing, to see those two in the ring, I'm not opposed to that because I'm a fan of sport of boxing. But for Terence Crawford's career and legacy, does nothing, in my opinion. Not right now. Not with the fights that he can make. You understand? David Davis, brother in the super chat. Andre is avoided too. Yeah. But not to the level of Devin Haney, man. It's ridiculous, man. 2 dudes was his mandatory challenger, and they chose not to fight him. Dwight, what's going on? Marcus Rose, what's going on? He had 2 guys that are his mandatories to fight him for his belt, and they didn't take the opportunity. That's absurd. That's absurd. Grinchy Man, what's going on? Mr. MJ 212, what's going on? To turn down an opportunity to fight Devin Haney for his belt when you fought to become the mandatory and don't do it, come on. Smash the like button. Let's get the likes to 800. Pound for pound sports entertainment. What's going on? That's ridiculous. Big Tone, what's going on? So he had to go. He has to sign with this promotional cut. He has to do all of these extra. It should be automatic. Turn up AC high takes. What's going on? It should have been automatic for Devin Haney and George Kambosos. We shouldn't be talking. There should be no hoops and hurdles that he have to jump through to make this fight happen. King Judah, my brother in the super chat. Danny is a shell of himself, just like Bud last 3 opponents. Funny how Spence seems to fight people at their very best, even is he himself isn't. Yeah. I think Munguia did the same, refused to fight Boo Boo. Yeah. Antonio Carter, Blue Lakers not making playoffs. Man, the Nets might not even make the playoffs either. And I was just at the Bulls game. We lose by 20 points. The Nets, the Nets might have to play Toronto in the playing game. And if they have to play Toronto in the playing game in Toronto, Kyrie can't play. So, well, there you have it. There you have it. Just think about that. David Davis, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Andre can't get a championship fight, though. Neither could Devin Haney. It's Queso Cruz 34. What's going on? Crisco 713 the Clark, my brother. What's going on? Neither can Devin Haney. Devin Haney was Lomachenko mandatory. He didn't fight him. He has 2 mandatories. They didn't fight him. He's trying to fight Teofimo Lopez. He didn't want to fight him. He was trying to fight my brother H Money, H Mob in the building. What's good with you, great brother? Squirrely, what's going on? Raphael, that guy George, what's going on? Devin Haney tried to fight Teofimo Lopez. He didn't want to fight him. He tried to fight George Kambosos Jr. He didn't want to fight him. Yeah, he can't win for losing. He can't win for losing. So it's pretty interesting to say the least. It's pretty unfortunate, I'll say that. Smash the like button. Get the likes up. Tank beats both of them. You got to get in the ring first. Sounds good. When are you going to get in the ring and prove it? Blue, you think Terence Crawford will sign with the PBC? Yeah, I think so. Bull ones, what's going on? The second, what's going on? Kwam Ashimbo, what's going on? Yeah, I think he will. Brian Franco, what's going on? CB Sports TV, my brother Carl Burrell in the building. Tank on supposed what Tank is doing is removing that safety blanket, that safety net. That's what Tank is doing. Every time Tank don't get a big fight, a Dezo 330, what's going on? We put it on Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby. Yeah, the Nets are disappointing. High Science 7, what's going on? T-Bone Boxing, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Salute Blue, my Jean Paul Gaultier collection is almost complete. My Labu came in today. Oh man, hey bro, you on the money, bro. Now you're gonna make me go to the mall. Now you're gonna have me go to the mall, brother. General T9, what's going on? Yeah, smash that like button, man. Let me get on out of here. T-Bone, I'm gonna have to go to the mall, man. I'm going to the mall. What if Bud signs with his own? And he be making a grave mistake, in my opinion. Grave mistake. He making a grave mistake, man. There's nobody there. And Eddie Hearn already said he don't have interest in signing Terence Crawford. King Judah, brother in Super Chat, Suns versus Hawks in the finals. No. Suns might be there. Hawks ain't. Yeah, Ryan Garcia, Manuel Tagoe. I did my homework on Emmanuel Tagoe. He gonna knock out Tagoe. That's why they chose Emmanuel Tagoe. Who wins, Blue? Romo or Tank? Rolly, don't. He's gonna get knocked out in brutal fashion. James Wagner, what's going on? I think he's gonna get knocked out in brutal fashion. Rolando Rolly Romero. Grizzlies and Bucks. I like that pick. Dow Hickenbottom, brother in the super chat. Remember, I said this. EJ will never be undisputed. We're gonna find out, shall we? We're gonna find out. But let me get on out of here. I appreciate y'all coming through, starting up, holding your boy Blue down and showing me love. Blue, when this Tyson Fury fight? April 23rd. Dillian White. Fred, man, my brother, what's good with you? Miss Joette, April 23rd, Dillian White. He's going to beat Dillian White. I think he's going to stop Dillian White. Big facts that I got Tagoe. I don't. Eric Hernandez, what's going on? Oscar Valdez is going to get stopped by Shakur Stevenson in the 9th round. I think the referee going to wave it off. Seen enough. Oscar Valdez is going to show heart, show grit, show the heart of a champion. He ain't going to quit. He's going to keep pressing forward. He's going to get dropped in the fight, I believe. Shakur Stevenson is going to outclass him. Masterclass performance. And I think the referee going to say he's seen enough in the 9th round and wave it off. That's what I think. I got Erickson Lubin knocking out Sebastian Fundora H Money in the 7th round. Entertaining fight. I think he's going to clip Fundora with something he don't see. He's going to drop him, hurt him bad, and he's going to knock him out. That's what I think. But let me get on out of here, people. I appreciate y'all coming through, starting up, holding your boy Blue down, and showing me love. Y'all already know what it is. Jalen, have a great night. It's your boy Blue Bud Stanley Berry. What's going on? Blue Bud Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Bud Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.